Lucifer and Iblis, the story of Satan's fall in Christianity and Islam. The concept of Satan as a rebellious being who stands in opposition to God is central to both Christianity and Islam, though each religion presents his origins and motivations differently. In Christian theology, Satan is often viewed as a former angel named Lucifer who rebelled against God's authority. In Islam, Satan is known as Iblis, a jinn who refused to bow to Adam and thus defied God's command. Let's explore the Christian and Islamic perspectives on Satan's fall, focusing on the key narratives, theological interpretations, and their implications for understanding evil in both religions. 1. The Christian perspective, Lucifer's rebellion. In Christianity, Satan is frequently identified with Lucifer, meaning light bearer in Latin, a term found in passages such as Isaiah chapter 14 verses 12 to 15. Although the name Lucifer does not appear directly in many Christian scriptures, it has become synonymous with Satan in Christian thought. According to tradition, Lucifer was a high-ranking angel who, consumed by pride and ambition, sought to overthrow God and take his place. This act of rebellion led to Lucifer's expulsion from heaven. A key scriptural reference supporting this view is Revelation chapter 12 verses 7 to 9, which describes a battle between Michael, the archangel, and the dragon, who is cast down from heaven along with his followers. In Christian theology, Lucifer's fall represents the ultimate act of pride and disobedience. He is often seen as the embodiment of rebellion, someone who sought to place himself on par with God. This story of Satan's origin serves as a cautionary tale of how pride can lead to a complete break from divine grace and results in eternal separation from God. Following his fall, Satan takes on the role of the tempter in the Christian narrative, luring humanity away from God through lies and deception, as illustrated in the story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, Genesis chapter 3 verses 1 to 5. Satan's mission is thus understood as an ongoing attempt to lead humans away from salvation and into sin. 2. The Islamic perspective, Iblis refusing to bow to Adam. In Islam, Satan is referred to as Iblis, a being created from smokeless fire, classifying him as a jinn rather than an angel. According to Islamic teachings, the story of Iblis's fall centers on his refusal to bow to Adam when God commanded all heavenly beings to do so as a sign of respect for God's new creation. This account is detailed in several passages in the Quran, including Surah Al-Baqarah 234, where God commands the angels and Iblis to prostrate before Adam. Iblis, out of arrogance, declares his superiority over Adam, saying, "I am better than him. You created me from fire and him from clay." Surah Al-Araf 7:12. Iblis's refusal is viewed as a fundamental act of arrogance and disobedience. In Islamic teachings, his fall is not due to a desire to rival God directly, but rather his unwillingness to accept human beings as honored creations. As punishment, God expels Iblis from his presence, and Iblis, in return, vows to mislead humankind. Unlike in Christianity, Iblis is not understood to have challenged God's authority. Instead, his sin lies in failing to submit to God's command regarding humanity. This narrative underscores the importance of humility and submission in Islam, highlighting that disobedience stems from pride and self-righteousness. 3. Differences in theological interpretation. The Christian story of Satan emphasizes his initial high status among the angels and his fall due to a desire to rival God. This perspective portrays Satan as a formidable force of evil, working actively to oppose God's plan of salvation for humanity. By contrast, the Islamic story of Iblis focuses less on an existential rivalry with God and more on a conflict rooted in arrogance and refusal to respect God's chosen order. In Islam, the emphasis is on Iblis's role in human life as a tempter, but he remains a subordinate being who has no power over those who faithfully serve God. Another key difference is the nature of Satan's fall. In Christian tradition, Satan's rebellion is a complete severance from God's presence, leading to his eternal damnation. In Islam, Iblis's story is more complex. Though expelled from God's grace, he exists with a clear purpose: to test humankind, who retain the power of free will to resist his temptations. 4. Shared themes and divergent implications. Despite these differences, both religions present Satan as a being that embodies the struggle between good and evil and highlights the dangers of pride and disobedience. In both narratives, Satan, Iblis represents a choice that all humans face, to follow God's will or to follow the ego. Each tradition emphasizes the theme of free will, suggesting that while Satan or Iblis may tempt individuals, the ultimate responsibility for sin rests with each person's choices. The implications of these narratives for adherents of Christianity and Islam are profound. In Christianity, Satan's fall serves as a reminder of the cosmic struggle between God and evil, where humans must resist the temptations of Satan to achieve salvation. In Islam, the story of Iblis is a caution against arrogance and a reminder of the importance of submission to God's will. Iblis's challenge to mislead humanity is met with the assurance that true believers, who put their trust in God, cannot be swayed. Conclusion. The stories of Satan's fall in Christianity and Islam share a common theme, a powerful being rebelling due to pride and self-centeredness. However, they diverge in key details and theological interpretations. Christianity views Satan's rebellion as an attempt to rival God, leading to an unbridgeable chasm between good and evil. In Islam, Iblis's refusal to bow to Adam reflects a failure to honor God's order, emphasizing the dangers of pride and the importance of humility. Together, these narratives not only explain the origin of evil but also illustrate the profound choice humanity faces, to follow God or fall to temptation.